Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Walter. Hi, Francie. How are you guys? Okay, I don't know if I don't know if for sure my TV is going to come up, but that's okay. I says I'm live, so I'm assuming you can hear me. All that good stuff. I put it on my TV, but then it went to screensaver, so that's all right. So, how are you guys? There we go. I just got another notification. Yay! Well, let me switch quick over to my other. I got a box today. A small one. Oh, well, our Francie, don't be stressed. You're here. So don't be stressed. I got a little box today. I got a big box coming tomorrow. Hi, Walter. Hello, hello. Hi, Kate. And if you have, I have to tell you that these boxes last because, hi, Tina. This box, somehow they put my small box that has I had a couple stamps I ordered in my mailbox, but that they somehow snuck in. Melissa, hello. Snuck in while my honey and my dog were outside, and she got on my porch without my dog barking or attacking her. But if you notice, there's little Fletch claw marks on this little box, but it held up before Tom could find it. He didn't even see him come. Fletch tried to open it. So, what's inside my goodies? I got the shimmer glazes. All of the shimmer glazes, and they're beautiful. I even had a chance to swatch them out for you guys, which I know you've seen before, but um, I just I have them all swatched out here. So I'm going to kind of go up a little closer. Look at that shimmer. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Did them in rainbow order. Pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. That's not the names of them, but that's the colors. So they're pretty. And I put them in the front seat of my car on the dashboard in the sun because I have a black car and they dried like that. So anyway, I wanted to show them to you tonight. So my Pakes will be here tomorrow along with all my June stuff. But I have a couple cards that I finished tonight. Oh, yes, I am. Woohoo. Let's move this up a little bit. I don't want to show off them. Let's go. I rearranged everything. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Penny. I rearranged everything. I bought a little tray for my desk. There, now you can see my belly. I don't like that. Let's change this around a little bit. Let's see. I'm giving y'all migraines. I didn't even pay attention to that. All right, well, we're going to leave it like that. We can move it down just a hair. Ooh. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Hello, Christopher. I just showed off the shimmer glazes because I got those in the mail today. My cord is get out of the way. But I did. I sent my gotta sell stamps somewhere. Hi, Mom. But I set I changed my computer stand around. I got a computer. I got a little tray here for my computer, and then it's a stand, and then it's got like a little fancy drawer I can put all my shimmery goodness in and all that good stuff. So anyway, I said last night I made a couple of cards. I wanted to show off the couple of cards I made. Isn't it shimmer glazes? Oh no, I was showing off both there. I think I missed something. Yeah, I had to move everything. I had to move everything and tell everyone I got them swatched out and everything. So super excited. But I made some backgrounds last night, over the weekend, and I finished them. So this was a background I did on a live where I just ink smushed, and then yeah, all he has to do is show us anything, and we buy it. This is with the tile stencil, and this is the peach pastel, and then this is the daisies from last year's CYOE. So I have this card done with phone book or that panel done, and then I have this one done. And this is with the Cosmo or the Orion, and it's got a couple of the space ones. And then we've got the Raven Sparkle Glitter Glaze. And this is, I bought this at Create Your Own Ending. This is one of our vault stamp sets. So I wanted to show you that. And then tonight, what we are going to do is a version of this card. We're going to make a card version like this. Oh, Francie, my mom loves lighthouses. That's why I bought this. That's exciting. That's exciting. So this is what we're going to do tonight. I had this panel in my stash for like 3 months and I finally ink blended it up, and then we're going to make something like this. But we're going to change it up a little bit. So we're going to start with one of our backgrounds. And this is one of the slimline card backgrounds. And then I think this is a piece of Not Your Mama's cut down. I have it all cut down already. But we're going to use that. And we're going to go ahead and this is the Geostorm slimline stencil. And we're going to use it in on both of our backgrounds today. So we're going to start here. You didn't, Melissa, make that, but it's funny because I did get close to, I mean, something. So I wanted you to see I made the stencil. I used the stencil 2 ways. So first we're going to go ahead and, like usual, what am I going to do? Use my 3 colors. You know me, I like to try to use 3 colors so you don't need the whole rainbow. I already have some pixie spray on here. Mom, be safe. We lost power at work for a minute and it takes my computer so long to charge back up, and the wind was blowing. It was crazy. Quickstar lost a tree, but it all went away. It came and went really fast, and it really didn't storm too bad. So yeah, I'm okay. We're not into it till while I'm sleeping tonight. So I'm starting with Shooting Star, and I like to use the foam daubers when I want a really deep, because I can get a really deep color better than with bending brushes. Yes, they are. They are. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to too. And this one doesn't have any lots of edges on the stencil like some of the intricate ones do, so the foam daubers won't get stuck on them. If you find your daubers are getting stuck, then you probably want to use a blending brush, which is what I do with those little pieces sometimes. Because even with pixie spray, the foam likes to stick under them. Let's do pink first. You're watching the weather report. Okay, Mom. Well, will you be safe? I was going to call you today, Mom, and I just got a little too busy. I didn't get to call Dad either. So, but I know you're going to go see him tomorrow. So it's been a little bit bonkers around here with different things going on. And yeah, we had 400 tractors in town yesterday. And that is crazy. It was the annual Northeast Iowa Tractorcade, and they came to town and ate lunch and then left, and it was just mutts. We had Kate, we had a soft rain ourselves. So I used Shooting Star and Prom Queen, and now I'm using Clear Skies. Francie, I live in Iowa. Yes, Mom, we'll video chat with Dad. That's perfect. And so it's not unusual. There's usually a bring your tractor to school day during FFA week and all this, but there was a tractorcade, which is equivalent to RAGBRAI, if you've ever heard about that, which is the Register's annual great bike race across Iowa, where you start on the left side of Iowa and it's river to river, and they ride all across the state in a week. Thousands of bicycles, and they've ended in Guttenberg a few times. Well, that's what it was. They come in waves, and they're all these old tractors. They have a route. You really can't get around them, so you kind of avoid that area. I kind of saw some of them, but I didn't go downtown and look. I stayed away from the area. It was just easier for me. So I like to go back and forth when I'm blending, so I get that even kind of blend. I don't really worry about wiping off my stencil. I'm holding it because I didn't get a lot of pixie spray on this side here, just so that I get the blend I want, because purple and blue sometimes, or the purple and red sometimes don't necessarily make that. Oh yes, it's an experience. That registration actually is coming up next week. I saw. Don't know if I'm going to make it again this year. I thought about coming for Saturday, but I know it's Taylor's birthday today too. Yep, Shooting Star, Prom Queen, and Clear Skies. Exactly, Francie. They're my favorite ones. Sometimes I use Bee Sting, but I like Prom Queen better because I like a little pink in my rainbow. It just gives a little bit of something else. All right, where'd my red go? And then depending on how deep you go is depends on how the blend is. I keep losing all my little ink blending tools here. I was creating last night, and I'm not kidding you, I have stuff everywhere again. So they do, and it's funny because you can go almost whatever shade of pink you really want to use. I mean, I'll have to change it up and maybe use Rosy Cheeks and Over the Moon and Break Up Blue, and we'll try that maybe next, or maybe next time. All right, so now we're going to remove that. I'm going to quickly wipe this stencil off. And I had a little bit of squeaky clean left in a big jar, and I moved it to one of these small jars from an event. So this isn't the right flavor for it. It's almost gone. So trying to use it up so that I can get on to the next flavor or the next smell. But it's I can't spray it out. It is a wild stencil, but it's a fun one. It's a fun one. The Geostorm stencil. And that's why I wanted to change up my card just a little bit. So you could see that you can really do this with any. Ah, yes. Well, good. I sent her a message, so hopefully she'll get it, but I hope she had a good birthday. But I wanted to show the big difference between a stencil that didn't have, that had lots of white space and not, and that's what we're going to do. Oops, sorry. Now I move my camera down a little lower. Now, next, I need to cut this down a little bit. This is just pre-cut for a mini slim card, but we're going to cut it down. This one was a die that I had already cut this out of, so we're going to cut it down to about 2.5 by, let's try 5. So it'll be a little, oh, wow, I guessed that right on. Look at me go do math. So 2.5 by 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Oh, let's not throw those pieces away. Hi, Jerry. How are you? Ellen, oh yeah, nope, I can't wait to smell that one either. I have unscented and I have cinnamon heart somewhere. All my peach is gone. Almost lasted me a full year because I'm kind of hoard it, but when I get on one, I use it as long as I can, and then I use it up, and then I get a new one. If that makes sense. So what we're gonna do is the kind of the same thing, but the rainbow's gonna be a little shorter, obviously, but we're gonna do the same exact thing with the same colors. That was, Francie, a total guess. I just cut it to what I thought I liked, and that was the same size as this. This is a mini slim die that's, I don't even know which one it is in my stash. I just grabbed, I cut it a long time ago, and I've been throwing it around on different spots on my desk to, and I finally inked it up the other day and said, let's make a card. So, hi, Heather. How are you tonight? So we're going to go back with the same Shooting Star and Prom Queen. And we're just going to mix them up. And yep, I got my fingers all over it. It's okay. I don't worry too much if I get, like, if you see, I got a little bit of I hit it a little too hard there. I just keep blending. It's handmade, right? That's all that matters. I'll go back and grab a little bit more of the yellow. Just kind of blend it there a little bit. And then we're going to go back and add a little bit of our pink down here on the bottom. So yeah, I moved my desk around. Ooh, that's going to give a harsh line. Let's not do that like that. And so now I've got a whole new. Oh yeah, Ellen, I like I like cleaner smells. Food is a big smell for me. Flowers, not so much. Food, fruit, things like that. Jerry, I'm sorry, but they are my favorite. Mini Slim. I like Mini Slim even more than Slimline. But what I like about Slimline cards is you do a lot of real estate. So like if you want to make a scenery card or you have lots of things you want to put on your card, you have plenty of space for it. But Mini Slims, I think, aren't quite as intimidating. because you can do that size, but yet you don't have to fill as much space. I guess that's, if that makes sense. So now we're just adding the clear skies over the top. I'll add a little bit more. Hello, Billion and Thistle. We need them, shirts. We kind of need shirts. Thistle and Billion. I really do. That we can wear. I think that's funny. Well, that's good. Good, Penny. I'm glad to hear that. We need some good news going around. That's nice. It's nice when you have someone who can help out. I am very, very thankful that my sister lives close to my mom and has been helping her out and being amazing. So they both know, because I both sent them cards in the mail last week. I was a good girl and sent out some cards for once that I didn't hand deliver, and thought they both deserved some cards. Mom needed a little pick me up, and my sister needed a, hey, you're amazing. Thanks for all you do. So, all right. So these are our panels. But now what we need to do is I'm going to lay this on where I want it. And this one, I laid it over to the side more because of the way the design was. I think we're going to do that again. We're going to lean it over, but we're going to do it up here at the top again with the top of the rainbow. But we're going to take our stencil and we're going to line it back up the best we can. And you wouldn't have to line it up the best you can. What I did was I stenciled it and then I kind of eyeballed it on the longer piece. And then we might need some more pixie spray on this. And then I did it on the small piece first, and then I kind of eyeballed it with the big piece so I could line it back up. Let me add some more pixie spray. Hold on, off the side here. Okay. Okay. Oh, some balance issues? That doesn't make sense. Well, I hope for speedy and fast recovery. So let's do this again. We need to do it this way. Let's line it back up. So I want to do it kind of like this. And then we're going to go ahead and stick our this way. Just kind of line it up, eyeballing it as best we can. Because once we get it done, we will go back. Okay, so I wanted pixie spray on there because now we're going to use some glaze. And of course, we're going to use my favorite. Anyone guess what my favorite one is? I would use the shimmer glazes tonight, but I want to do this. I want sparkle, which the shimmer glazes are sparkly, but I want sparkle. Fallen snow is what we're going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab it. And I don't even know if my stencil's straight, but I don't care. Now, I will tell you, when you use Icicle, that is my favorite embossing powder. Fallen Snow is my favorite glitter glaze. I can't talk tonight. Pearl is my favorite aqua pigment. So you're getting there. Now, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of yellow on there. I'm trying not to let go. So I will tell you, you got to be kind of careful because the Simon Hurley inks will pick up color. I mean, I know other inks will too, but I know Simon Hurley's does because they're water reactive. So I try not to put it back in the jar. If you're super nervous about it, I mean, this little bit of color is not going to make a difference. But if you're super nervous about it, put it down on your palette or on a palette or on your desk mat there, and you can scoop it that way. Yeah, Fallen Snow is my favorite. Now, I did not use Fallen. If you look at this one, that's what I did with this one. I used Fallen Snow here. But for this one, we used Fairy Dust embossing powder. So they're both sparkly. And we're going to continue that sparkle. We're going to go back and do that again. But I wanted to get my Fallen Snow going here. Let me grab a baby wipe so we can start drying. Because this card will come together fairly quickly. And then we can kind of make something else while it's drying. So we're going to go ahead and peel this up. Okay. Excuse me, I'm going to put this in my teeth for just a second. Okay. So what I did there is I used my fingers to run around the edges of that. Now I'm going to move this over here on to, I'm just going to use one of my stencil container to hold it because that'll dry. I'll just put it off to the side over here to dry while we quickly clean up. All right, because we need to use the stencil one more time. We could go ahead and do fallen snow on this, and I didn't make one ahead of time. I should have, but I didn't. I figured we're going to go live with everything fresh. We're just going to do it live. So Heather, at the very beginning, I was showing that my glazes came in my box, and somehow my post person, my post lady, former student of mine, snuck in and dropped it off while the dog and my honey were outside. And Fletch decided he was going to go after it like this, barely put a dent in it. I was so proud. So your boxes are amazing. I didn't know if Christopher is still here too, but I thought that was kind of funny. So we're going to line this back up. I'm not going to really add too much more of the pixie spray, because when you add pixie spray, the residue can be left behind when you use embossing powder, which won't be that big of a deal, but so. Hi, Lisa, how are you? I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to dab this on, this is the embossing ink. And this is how I like to start it. I like to dab it. And I think since I rearranged everything, of course, I don't have my sponge dauber handy. It's over here. Whoa, I almost set my box on top of that. Okay, so I keep my empty ones in these little boxes, but I do keep, these are empty ones. Let's get those out of here. I do keep one for Raven all the time. I keep one for Alabaster all the time. And then I have one, and I just keep these are little hors d'oeuvre trays from the dollar store. And this is my embossing ink one, because you can see you can make a mess with them. So that's what I like to do with these. Is there an ice cream cone stamp set? There was an ice cream cone stamp set. Ooh, yeah. Way to go, Lisa. Mine is in Des Moines. But everything left pennies this time. I mean, last time it took forever to leave. They wanted to stay with Penny, but they did leave. And finally, like I said, I got my glazes this morning, and my order will be in tomorrow. I should have like 4 orders tomorrow between the couple that I ordered from Brutus Monroe and a couple other things I ordered. Or I have a class I'm taking, and I ordered some other things like off Amazon. So, hi, Cherie. I was going to say, I thought it might be retired. I don't have it, Francie. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Never mind. I thought maybe there was an ice cream cone on this other set, but there wasn't. Never mind. Strike that. Okay, so there, we've got that. We're going to put that aside, and we're going to go ahead and pull this off. How are you, Cherie? Haven't seen you, I think, in a week or so. I hope you're doing well. Move this off to the side, and then we're going to grab our fairy dust, if I can find it. Alabaster. We got pearl. Where's my fairy dust? There you go. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about, but I don't have it. Otherwise, I would say you could. Now, there may be extra embossing powder on this that is not just, it's going to stick to the white areas because of the pixie spray. I'm not going to worry about that so much, because you know what? I love the sparkle and shimmer. That is what I like about this embossing powder. This is fairy dust. Now, I remembered to plug in my thing earlier. Yes, you could use that. Yep, there is fairy dust and embossing powder in the sections that's white, and I'm okay with that. We're just going to let it. Oh, I'm sorry. Heal fast, Cherie. Only reason I remembered is because I haven't said hi to you on a live. So you can use a Christmas tree to make a cone or a triangle die. All right. Look at how beautiful that fairy dust is. All righty. Sorry, I'm trying not to burn my fingers because I know Francie's covering her eyes. Okay. So, well, there you go. You could maybe use that, Francie, and use the top of that and mask it off a little bit or cut it up. Maybe you could cut it up to stamp it out and cut the top off, and then you can kind of make your own little cone shape. Underneath there is embossing powder all over because it didn't all stick because of it was sticking, but it wouldn't stick when there we go. Don't like that. Yes, I know you're not. I promise. All right, so look at how shiny that is. You can kind of catch the glimmer in the light. That's why I have my light way up there. There you go, right up there in the red section, right up here. So this is the base of our card, and we're going to ignore my little corner down here where I didn't get my ink blending. And we're going to attempt to do more unsafe. Yes, you could use this, and this is the Geostorm. I'm going to just, this is the, I'm going to heat this up a little bit to help speed along drying. Just a little bit. This is a clear. So clear can be heat embossed. We also had that groovy one that was out I don't know if that was last year or the year before. That kind of looked like if you have that one, it was a subscription. And that would go to good pattern too. Like groovy wave or something, or it almost looked like a net. So we're just going to speed this up just a little bit. Geostorm, yep. Okay. So we're going to let that finish drying. I'm just going to put that right there. We're going to let that dry. It's okay if it's a little bent because we're going to put the foam tape on the back. We're going to finish that up drying. Let's get the rest of these pieces kind of ready to go. And then we can put that together, and then we'll move on to a second card while we're waiting. So we can do the same thing. I love this Sparkle On. That comes from the Ruby Slipper set from the Oz release, and we are going to use that again. I don't know if we're going to stamp it right on there. We might have to adjust it. We're going to have to put it on another piece. And instead of using the butterfly with the sparkle, the Raven Sparkle, I pulled out a couple other stamps that I thought would be fun to use instead. I did look to see, hey, puppers, you should come in and make an appearance. People would love to see you. This is the Scandinavian Holiday. This is from the Merrymaking event. It isn't, the stamp set I know is in stock. I don't know if the die set is in stock. Thank you. Groovy Grid. Yep, I believe you're correct. That's what I think it was called. It's in my mess of them, so I can't find it right now, but I can find it if you need me to. If you have to see if you know what it is. But I've got the Scandinavian Holiday. There's that bird. And then I think I pulled out this old Bountiful Blooms. I know I saw the die somebody ordered the die the other day. So I assumed that it was still available. I hope it is. And I'm just going to grab this little butterfly piece from it. And I know they're kind of different styles, but I thought they'd be fun. So I don't know, Francie, I'll be honest with you, making rainbow cards and making Rainbow cards and backgrounds are two of my favorite things. Like I love just ink blending rainbow colors. So I am going to do a little bit. I'm going to try to heat emboss this. So we're going to go quick. Okay. Okay. The stamp set is okay. Well, we'll pretend that I'm going to fussy cut. Okay. We're going to stamp these down with the Raven ink. And if you move quickly, you can heat emboss it. And that's what we're going to do. I am not going to color in my butterfly. I'm going to leave my butterfly. Well, right now I'm not going to color it in. We might change my mind in a few minutes, but we're going to go ahead and stamp those down real quick. And then we're going to grab some Raven Sparkle and we're going to quick cover it. And then we'll heat emboss that. Okay. I can't promise we're going to use both of these. I know I want to use the bird for sure, but I don't know if we're going to use them both. Okay. Let's get that put away here, and then let's get them die cut out. We'll cover this. I don't use black embossing powder very often, but when I do, it's always Raven Sparkle. Just because I think that added sparkle is just a little bit of something else. So, yeah, Fletch wanted to come in out of the heat. It was 90 some degrees today, but he does not want to come make an appearance by us. Sorry, guys. I try. My craft room scares him. So we're going to quickly cut these out. Excuse my head if it gets in the way. I hope everybody's weeks are going great so far. I can't believe it's Wednesday already. I've got my countdown on for CYOE. I'm super excited. Look, I haven't even used these dies yet, you guys. Isn't that crazy? I had to scan and cut them out, but I didn't use my dies. So I'll have to put these on a magnet after. Throw it over there so we can do that. Yep, I got my countdown on ready for CYOE. It is. You know what? It's funny. Melissa, I think that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can use pastel colors and still make a rainbow. It is a great set. This Bountiful Blooms has a ton of things in it. I don't use it enough. I need to pull it out more. You know, like I said, if I use Piggyback or Rosy Cheeks and Over the Moon and Break Up Blue, we get a totally different rainbow. I can't promise we're going to get that done tonight, but I can make sure I do a rainbow of that color, and I will make something and put it in the fan club group. Which brings me to the CYOE challenge this month is rainbow. So you just need to use one Brutus Monroe product and, sorry, I had an itch, and a rainbow. So, all right. So this isn't 100% dry, so we're going to have to be very careful with that. Let's see, we got this. It's okay. Yep, you don't have to be. Oh yes. She is not in that and a fan of Facebook. So she's on Instagram. I know that. I wish we could share photos in the chat. Sometimes that would be nice, wouldn't it be? Yeah. Okay, I didn't know she saw it because I know sometimes we have a couple different people, different YouTubes, and I don't always remember how the chats work with that. If you see everybody's, I think with Resteam they repost. But all right. So while this is kind of drying some more, let's do a little bit more. There you go. That's perfect. So I pulled out the Funky Rainbow. I know I used this last week, and I grabbed one of the pieces here. I grabbed this one. It's clear. So I did heat set it a little bit, but I'm going to let it dry the rest of the way while we kind of work on another card because it's only 7:30 and that's not going to take too long to put together. So I went ahead and I'm going to show you how to do that. Well, I don't know if you've done this before. I mean, I know Christopher's done it before, But we're going to take a piece. Let's get my, did I turn it off? Got my fuse warming up here. And I got a piece of the rainbow shattered. Oh, I was going to show the, I guess the opal I didn't get out. The rainbow shattered glass. And we're going to run it through my fuse. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's a perfect thing. Tina, that is perfect. And then I actually ran my carrier chute through last night and it ate it. So we'll run 2 through, we're at it. Well, I've got the foilable panels. I think Christopher showed these last night. I know he used one. I was kind of in and out with part of it because we had dinner and wasn't, yeah, he used this one last night. So I am going to grab a different one. Let's see. I don't want to use the swatches. I'm going to use this one. I also have the foilable card panels. I got those in a card today. That's the order she delivered to my mailbox. And then she came over to my house. Isn't that weird? Let me grab. This is one of my, besides the Magic Shadow Glass and Opal, this is my other favorite foil. This is the Rain Glow. That's awesome. Yes, the Cloud Up and the Be Happy set. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And looks like my fuse is ready. And guess what? This is the reason I bought the fuse, you guys. Is so that I don't have to foil on the floor. So we're going to go ahead and feed it through. Now I want to make sure I don't have a couple of wrinkles in here, but we're going to cut this pattern down. So this is the paper with the magical shattered glass. What is your pattern paper to make the foil stick? I'm not using, it's just, this is the Bruce Monroe. All the Bruce Monroe papers are foilable. So that's what Melissa, is that your question? So I didn't put anything on it. I just took it right out of the package. Okay. Now, if you use a colored foil, I will tell you that you're pretty much going to have that color. Ask me how I know. I did try it once, but what makes them foilable? I don't know if I know. It's the way they make them. So let's run this one through quick too. While this one running through, I didn't cut it down. I'm just going to run it through. Are you ready? This is the best part. And I can see the pattern, so I know I did it the right size. Plus, I have it sitting there right. Okay, are you ready? Look at that. See? So we went from, let's see if I can find this piece again. I think it was this one. Yes, it's magic. It's Bruce Monroe magic. See the differences? This one obviously is foiled. This one is not. Yeah. So I also did another one. I'm going to run this through twice because it is a black foil and I have a couple of lines there. I ran it through with this piece as well, but I haven't released it yet. You can also foil. You can also foil these, Melissa. You can also foil these. Yes, magical shattered glass and opal. Like I said, if you use a colored, you're going to kind of cover everything up. But like if you, I cut mine off because they're big, you know, they come bigger, and I cut off the bottom and I save those pieces and I foil them. So see, here's a piece that I saved and I foiled it with the Rain Glow, and then I used a die to cut it out. So I have all these pieces from when I cut down my stencils to fit in my little 6x6 pouches that I use for word dies. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. Well, yeah, I'm not going to unplug it, and then we'll pull it out. And we're going to, oh, this is the difference with the fuse machine, you guys. What I have found with the fuse machine is I have no black spots whatsoever. And I even had like a wrinkle in my thing. And then I have this piece that I can use later. It is beautiful. I only do cut off the bottom because they don't fit in my packages. See, if I pull one of them out, it's like here. See how this, when I move them to my 6x6 pouches, I cut them off the bottom. I cut this piece off and tape it to the back, and then I cut the bottom off because it's just black. There's no information on it. And then I can save that for foiling sentiments or little die cuts. But oh my gosh, it is incredible. So we've got this piece. We've got, oh, that's already peeled. Did I peel them all? Did we peel them all? We peeled them all. All right. Now we got to create some cards with them. So I am going to kind of use, yes, that's what I was using, Ellen. It was because I ran my carrier sheet through last night, my Gina carrier sheet, and it ate it. It was my fault. I wasn't paying attention, and it was all wrinkled. So I just used a piece of parchment paper. I have both. I mean, I have more carrier sheets, but I don't know where they are right now. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut this down. We're going to make a quick card. I'm going to kind of use a sketch. I want to do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we're going to do 4 1/8 is between the 1/4 and the 4, halfway. You don't know. So I cut that down. And then, oh, I'm supposed to first cut. That's all right. I don't care. I cut it wrong. I didn't follow the directions. 5 3/8. So we've got 1, 2, 3/8. So we've got this piece. You melted a stencil 2 nights ago. Melissa, I've started, these are old. I got these from Brutus Monroe a long time ago, but what I actually use, yes, you can use copy paper, is I use the big stamp packages that I get off Amazon for the 6x8 stamp sets, and I just cut them in half. If I can't find 6x6 page protectors. And then I just have a shoebox full of them. So let's cut this off. We want to cut off 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5/8 is about right there. Then we can cut off my 4 1/8. And then 5 3/8 is what this should be. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Awesome. Okay. So we've got that. And then I have some phone booth that I've already cut down that I'm just going to use for my mats here. Well, like I said, we're going to let that other one dry, and we're just going to plop it on there. And it's perfect for an A2. So you could use any color. I'm going to go ahead and just use the yellow because I already had those cut down. Yeah, and I took a Sharpie to my trimmer down the darker lines. I've done that on my scoreboard. I did that on my score. 5 1/2 and 4 because that was just easiest for me. And then if you notice, I actually have an arrow because I taught some 5th graders how to make cards one day, and I was showing them how to score down the front, and I thought it'd be easier if I just put the arrow there. So we've got that, and then I want another piece of paper without the shimmer on it. So I think we're just going to use white paper. And I want it down to 5 7/8, which is just going to be this kind of line because obviously 8/8. Oops, there's a mark on that side. That's going to be too long. I don't want that. 5 3/8. So we want, good thing I paid attention. We got 5 1/2 by, yeah, this works. Let's see. Nope, that's too much. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm eyeballing this and trying not. We want to go shorter than that. We want what was this, 4 8/8? We want, that's right, 4 8/8. We want 4, and then I'm gonna do 3, 4 by 3. Okay, we're just kind of 4 by 3. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's, and then so we're just gonna use, I'm gonna use the white, and then we'll do something with that to make it fun that way. We need to put some images on it. And to be all honest with you guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna pull a couple images I already have done, if that's okay, that we need to use up. I have a whole bunch of little images stamped out and done, and they're all up in my little bin here when I have too many of one. So I know I had a birdie. I don't know if it's still handy. So where did they go? This is anything that I've used in the past, so they're not in there. So we'll have to see what we can use here. I have a piece of cactus. We can do that. So we need to cut out a cactus piece. Like we need a, what is it called? Pot for it. We'll grab that. And let's see, what else do we have here that's already cut out? Maybe we'll use the cactuses. Maybe I can't find the pots. Sorry, guys. I didn't think this far ahead. Okay, so we're going to change things up. I don't know where my pots are. We're going to just stamp an image on there. Let's use our sweet butterfly stamp. And we're just going to make a 1-layer card with a butterfly and some hearts. Yeah, they're fun backgrounds. And what I like to do when I have a background like this, like you said, like you said, they're so shiny and rainbowy and kind of incredible like that, is I try to do a plainer focal point. That makes sense. Like, and not so much like it has to be black. I just don't want to necessarily use something super, super not even vibrant or sparkly, just something that's not going to detract from it a little bit. I love the cactus too, but I'm not sure where I put the die to cut my little pot out. So we may have to put him aside. I'm not sure if I want to spend time looking for that, so we don't run out of time. I'm going to go ahead and grab my shooting star ink. And what I'm going to do is something kind of like I did with my daisies. We're going to stamp that down. Make sure it was on camera. Move this over so we get a flat surface. Okay. I'm going to do that one more time because I want it really vibrant. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it a little bit colorful by grabbing our, make sure this is dry. Let's put it right there. It's almost dry. We're going to grab a little bit of our prom queen, and we're just going to kind of do it on the edges here. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to grab my little blending brush here that I have and dab it. I can use my pouncer. You can use this mini brush, whatever you have. You can use your finger, and we're just going to put it right back down on top. Yeah, I don't have a pot to plant in. I don't. You're right. All right, we need to make it a little darker up in that section there. Yeah, we need a little contrast for the white. And we're going to do a little bit, one little section here. So the one thing that's very nice about the Simon Hurley inks is that you can, and you know what? We're going to go a little crazy here for a minute. Okay. Want to try something I have never tried before? Let's go for it. I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to use a paintbrush because I don't have a finger dauber handy. If I can find a paintbrush, here's one. Yep. You ready? I'm going to put a little bit of the shimmer. I'm just going to paint the thinnest coat on where the reddy color is. We're going to see what happens, guys. Yep. Uh-oh, look out. I told you you could stamp with the chroma glazes and the aqua pigments. So now let's stamp, and we're doing it kind of thin. I'm gonna stamp it down. It might not have the color, but I bet you it's gonna have the shimmer when it's all dry. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. So I can see it, and then we're gonna let it dry. And we'll put our other card together and let this dry a little bit. All right. Okay, it's on there. So I'm gonna show it to you. You're not really, I mean, you're gonna see the shimmer. You're not gonna necessarily see the color. I think if I used a contrasting color, we would have been able to see it. Oh, Ellen, it's just paper. It's just paper. And I haven't got to play with them yet. So we're gonna try. And then, but I am gonna wipe off my stamp right away. And it is a little damp for my squeak clean already. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe that off. Just to, make sure it don't get sticky on there. And then I'll just kind of put my finger, make sure that's nice and clean. Yep. So it's just paper. It's just stamps. I will be honest with you. I thought if it was stuck on my stamp a little bit, I'd just soak it in a little cup with some hot soapy water. And I bet you it would be good as good. Yeah, it's all that peanut butter and chocolate. So we're going to let that sit to the side and let it dry a little bit. And let's get our other card put together, okay? So like I said, and we're going to go back to this. I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth, but I got to let things dry. This is dry enough for me. I see like a little wet spot here, but we're not going to push down on it too hard. We're going to go ahead and grab some of our foam tape. I just keep the roll behind me and rip off pieces as I need it. And I have found that on the back of these, this perfect size, you can use 3, pretty much. Oh, I should probably left that on there. Let's cut this in half. I haven't made it yet. I haven't had a chance to make it. Melissa, I'm sorry. I've just been busy. And it's like, I don't remember what I did over the weekend. I was trying to think, what did I do? It rained a little bit. Ran some errands. I did laundry. That's about all I can think of right now that I did. Spent quite a bit of time with Tom's mom on Sunday. We just spent some time over at her house. And I don't know. Time has just been flying by and getting away from me. So, okay. So now we've got this. And remember, so I did the rainbow in the same order, but it doesn't have to be. Now this actually, I'm going to add a little bit of Barely Arts glue too. No, I was making it for myself. I was going to make it for myself and bring some over to Tom's mom. And it's like I said, cottage cheese and honey and peanut butter and graham crackers. And I don't know. I didn't do a lot over the weekend other than it started off raining. And so Fletch and we started laundry because I didn't expect it to rain. And then we ran and did some errands. And then I don't even remember what we did for the rest of the day, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, I said I was going to make it. And it just, I kind of forgot about it. And I didn't get the ingredients and I didn't do it. But I am going to make it because I really would like to try it. I've got a lot of ice cream to eat up, if you can believe that. It's Dairy Month, and our local gas station has amazing ice cream. The Quick Trips, Quick Stars, if you're ever in the Midwest. And so I've been eating a lot of ice cream right now. So I'm gonna line this up so the pattern pretty much matches, and all I have to do is kind of eyeball it so that it's close. And I see that one's there. Excuse my head for a second, guys. I just want to make sure. Yep. Oh, I think we have to be a little lower. That looks better. Yep, there we go. So I'm matching it up here. And then when I come down here, I can see the tips go there. So we go. Hi, Monica. So there's the basis of our card. And I don't know if I'm going to mat this. This is the full card base. So, I mean, our card panel. So we're going to go ahead and probably leave it that way and I'll put it on card base. Now we need to stamp our sentiments. And I'm just going to grab the Sparkle On from the Ruby Slipper set. That's from the Oz release from last year. And I think we'll make it a little bit longer. We're going to make it kind of a strip. I might have a strip, actually. Look at that. I have a strip. This is just, whenever I cut these pieces, no, I'm not going to mat it. I don't think I'm going to mat it. If I ever was going to mat it, I would have cut it down and I would have matted on black because black tends to make the rainbow pop, but no, I'm not going to mat it. So let's get that stamp out of there. Any strip of piece of paper that is rectangle and long enough to stamp sentiments on, I keep. And I keep them all in there. In a little, I have like a container that would be for like bills, I think, an office organizer type thing. It's an old one I got at a garage sale. And it actually has the 3 pockets in front are just wide enough for the size of mats for mini slim and slimline cards. And then the second one is perfect for A2 size cards. And then the back one is for regular size cardstock. And I decided to put my Raven, my Perfect Blend, and my Not Your Mamas in there because that's what I use the most. Yes, I would, but I'm not going to do black. So we're going to go ahead and put our Sparkle on. Okay. So let's get that on. And I'm going to definitely use liquid glue because liquid glue needs to attach to, you need more liquid glue. I didn't cover it last night, so it's a little clogged because I didn't put my pin in it right away. Liquid glue is needed. There we go. If you're wondering what I'm doing, my friend Leslie always blows into her bottles before she puts them away, and that kind of blows the stuff back in. And every once in a while, if I do that with my glue, it really gets the clog out. So, all right, we're going to line this up as straight as we can. And then we're going to go ahead and put our Sparkle on right here. Oops, make sure we're straight. Using the lines on my grid mat, it's going to be straight enough. Okay. And then we're going to cut it off. I'm actually going to cut it off at the edge. Might stick a piece of foam tape underneath there, but I can do that after we're done. So it's stuck. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and add our little images. So we're going to go ahead and add our little birdie up here. And we only got 2 images. I'm not going to add a third. I'm just going to put the 2. And then we're going to put a little crystals on here. And I want them in black and white because I want them to be kind of the focal point. And then I'm going to, all right, Francie, got your glasses on? Okay. I always kind of eyeball my drops. And then I'm grabbing the black, the hematite. I don't know how to say that. Crystals. And I got my thing. Thank you. All right, here I come, Francie. I'm coming for you. I'm going to put my middle one on first. And then I got my second one. And my third one. And that is going to be our final panel on this. So I purposely wanted to change it from what I made last night, so that I could show you that if you don't have the exact products, you can make something very similar. Where did my butterfly go? I lost the butterfly, guys, that we needed to cut out. Uh-oh. Well, maybe we won't finish that other card. What did I do with it? Does anyone see it? You know the butterfly we stamped and oh my goodness, oh, here it is. It's stuck. It's stuck. It's still here. Oh, look at how it worked. You can see, you can just barely, I don't know if it's show, you can kind of see the shimmer. It's not going to show on camera as well, but look at that fun shimmer. So I'm going to play with this a little bit, and I'm going to see about doing, like if I did the red on here instead of doing the ink, but it gives you just that little bit of shimmer. I mean, I can see it in person a lot better, so I will play with this, but let's get our card finished. It's not quite dry, so I don't know if I can do this, but we're going to do it. We're just going to keep, I'm not going to recommend this because I don't know if it's going to work. All right. I'm okay if it's not perfect. You can kind of see the shimmer in it even better now that it's dry, but I can see it in person more. Let's go ahead and cut this out and get our card finished. Already got the die right here. So this is the Sweet Wings. This was this was the March stamp of the month, and it is still available. It's a great little, if you get just the stamp, it's $5, it's $10, I think, if you get both. I think it was when you got the stamp and die of the month, and I would assume that's what it is now. But I don't know for sure. But it's a great little stamp set. It's got that perfect little hello and a heart. And oh, we were gonna use. What was I doing that for? That's all right. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. I can't know if I'm coming or going. I wasn't supposed to cut that out. That was supposed to be our panel. That's okay. We can use the other one. What I like about this little stamp, it is very subtle. Like I said, I'm gonna try it a little when I have a little bit more time to play, and I'll do it with like no ink behind it for different contrasting colors. So let's grab our panel. I think I am going to use this one. We're going to leave this one for another day. Let's get these put together here. I could mat the yellow on orange, or the white on yellow, but I'm going to leave it because we've got all that shimmer and shine. So I promise I'll be a little bit more put together next week, guys. I'll have a plan. We're going to use, I don't know what we're going to use. Probably the box stamp. All right. Just got to eyeball it because it's just the thinnest of mats. Yep, I'm going to use it and pop it up. Exactly right. But I think what I'm going to, let's pop it up first because I think I'm going to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of bend it like this. I'm not really going to pop up the butterfly, Melissa. What I'm going to do is I'm going to glue just the base. Just the eyeballs and the body. And we're going to glue it right to the, well, I think we need a little color. We need a little color. So we're just going to put a little bit. Just a little color behind them. Just a little bit. Ever so subtle. Right like that. And then I'm going to go really wild and crazy, and I'm going to grab a stamp block. And I'm going to grab the heart. And we're going to go ahead and stamp in the Prom Queen, which was the other color we used. A couple of hearts. Let's get this off of here, though. We're just going to stamp. Kind of like a heart trail. Oops. Just like that. Yep, as a trail, exactly. And then I'm going to grab my mini Misty, and we're going to get our sentiment. But I am going to use my mini Misty for this. We're going to do the hello. And we're going to do the hello right here in this corner. And I'm going to do that in black because I want it to stand out. And I know sometimes people ask questions about, sometimes they get stuck in a rut or they don't quite know where to start or stop. If you've watched my lives the last couple of weeks, I just kind of going with it and making it work. Using what's in front of me, using what's on my computer, using what's here. Does that make sense? You know, I mean, sometimes I think we get so stuck into what we have in our stash that grab something and make it work and use it and kind of just, or start with an idea and then say, let's see, how can I make this work? So I think we're going to center this right in the middle. Oh, I changed my mind. We're going to put it down here. I'm putting it down because you can kind of see there is a little bit of, I did a little bit of a boo-boo with the foiling. I'm just trying to make sure it's straight, you guys. And then last but not least, thank you. That's part of it. I usually have a plan, but sometimes plans don't, they feel not forced. Does that make sense? But I like the way it goes. Just it's real life. As you're creating, you make a mistake or a happy accident that we have to correct, or you have to throw something away and start over. And I think it's very freeing for me to go ahead and grab just grab a product, grab a color, and use it, and figure out how to make it. That is, yes, Ellen, I have done that multiple times, even just as design team things, going, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to create with this? Our inspiration team. And I have found it the last couple year and a half, it's just been very nice to just grab whatever I need to use, or like tonight was rainbows. And I kind of had an idea about doing some foiling and some shimmer. And that's it. And then I went from there, and then I used just a couple colors, took those to my desk. I keep my very favorite things handy. Like I have all my gems in here. I have my splashes. And these are my old glazes that you can see how old they are because they come with the old silver lid. So I'm trying to use those ones up first before I open a new one. So Melissa, I have mine coming, and I haven't thought about it yet. I will see when I get it, and I'm just gonna go for it and try something out. Um, but I'm gonna leave this here at that, you guys. The old jars, yep, the old jars. So our first card was based on this card that I made last night, and I just made a different version of it using other stamps from my stash, but going off the same main idea. You can see all the shimmer on that. And then while that was drying, we did a little bit of foiling, and then I made this card using the funky rainbows and a stamp set and some paper. So the sparkle is everything. That's the fun part. So, and of course you can't always see that when a picture, but you can see it in person or in a video when you go, "Ooh, like this." Ooh." So thank you guys. Yes. Yep. Having products just within use in using them that's sometimes what I do during my lives is just like, oh, that was right there. I guess we're going to use it on this card. So I don't have to get up too much and waste your guys' time looking for things, right? So have a great evening, you guys. We went over just a little bit tonight. Um, I will see you next week. I appreciate y'all. Have a great evening, and I will see you next week. Okay? Good night, all.